So we're here with Marianna Yeager at the water obstacle. Marianna is a professional combined driver. I do already know that there are 3 phases: dressage, marathon, and cones, right?
Yes.
So what I am very curious about, and I think a lot of people that don't know anything about combined driving, is how it works with the point system. Can you explain that in simple language to us?
Yes. First, it's based on your dressage score. So unlike ridden dressage, you want lower points because the points that you accumulate in the marathon and the hazards, which are timed, will go on top of your dressage points. So whoever has the least amount of points at the end of the 3 days wins. So lower scores, better. Lower times in the obstacles. For every second that you're in here, you acquire penalty points.
Okay. So you have to go fast.
Very fast.
And what is that for the dressage then? How do you get, is that also based on penalty points? Like if you make a mistake and you have a change in your canter, for example, then you get a penalty point, or?
Yes, so let's say they're scoring the canter work, and my first canter movement, I would love to have an 8 would be a great score. What I don't want is, let's say I had a break in gait, and they would mark that maybe as a 4. So I want the higher points, but I also want the lower score. So yesterday I had 48 points in my dressage, which in ridden dressage would be about 69-70%.
Okay.
So if that makes sense.
Yes. And so was that a good score?
Yes, it was a good score. I'm very, very happy with it. He's sitting in the top 3 right now. This show for us is a world qualifier to go to Germany to make the team. So with all the 3-star single horses that are wanting to make the team for 2026, I think all of them are here at Live Oak. Tryon is another world qualifier, and then Bromont is the last one, and that's in Canada. Otherwise, you have to go overseas to compete to get any more qualifying scores.
So you have to go to all these 3 competitions to get scores to be qualified?
Yes, we already had Spring Fling, and then we had Terra Nova at the beginning of the year. So those were the first world qualifiers, and you can take 1 score from last year.
Okay.
And then you have to have 2 scores from this year, with your dressage score has to be under 65, or it's not a qualifying score, even if you finish the show.
So 48 is super.
Super.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm super happy.
Yeah. And can you tell me something about your horse?
Yes. He's very hot.
He's very hot?
He's very hot. He's mentally hot. He's physically hot. He is a famous V Patain bred, and he is a 9-year-old. And he has only been driving for the last 4 years, but he is very talented, and he went from basically the prelim division 2 years ago. We did 1 2-star with him, and then he went to the World Championships as the first alternate, which is pretty amazing for a horse that has only been driving for that long. And at that point, he'd only been driving for about 2.5 years. So
wow.
He's just an incredible talent, mentally tough, but worth it. Just definitely one of those that are worth it if you take the time. And he's really starting to come into his own, and I have great hopes if he makes the team for this next World Championship that he can really go over there and perform well.
And what is his biggest talent? If you have these 3 phases, what do you think he is best at?
All 3. It's me that has the
So what is your greatest talent then, you think?
I think my strong point has become dressage, but I love the marathon, and so does he. And he's a great cones course. I'd say if I have a weakness, cones is probably my weaker phase, but it's been a great phase for him, and if I'm driving well, then we're usually on together.
Okay, I want to go back to the obstacles, right?
Yes.
So you go through the obstacles, and you always have to keep the red one on the right. Is that correct?
Yes. White on the left, red on the right.
And then you have to pass all the numbers and do the letters. But do you have to pass them in the order of the alphabet, in alphabetic order?
Yes, you do. But once that you have crossed through a letter, that gate becomes void basically, so you can use it again. So like when I go to A,
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the center here in between B and D and go up to A. But once I go through A, that gate is now dead to me.
So you can use it again. Yep.
Yes, but I can't use a letter that I have not gone through yet.
And you probably cannot go the opposite direction.
No, and you cannot.
So you can't go in the water here, because I know 2 years ago they went in the water here.
You could also go across the bridge and get to A that way. So everybody has
a strategy.
If you know your horse's strengths and weaknesses, you have a strategy for how you want to run a specific hazard. My horse is very good with open lines. He really likes forehand routes. I do sometimes worry about the footing a little bit on things like bridges, so I'm going to take my horse through the water and take him to A that way. A lot of people I know are going across the bridge, but that's just my personal preference.
Are you going to try to avoid the bridge altogether? Maybe?
In my route, I do avoid the bridge altogether.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Because I know 2 years ago everybody went in the water here, so there must have been the A or the letter must have been.
It could have been.
Because they change it each year at Live Oak?
They change it each year. It's never the same at any venue, so you can't memorize it and then expect it to be the same for next year.
Right,
so.
It makes it much more exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, but okay. So what is your strategy now? Because did you already do walk this hazard and then memorize a certain way you're going to do it?
Yes, I do have a way that I am.
Will you want to share it with us, or is it a secret? Is it strategy to beat the others?
I can walk it for you.
Okay, so you go on your bare feet.
I'm going to come in, so the timers are here.
Okay, yeah.
And so they will start the time as soon as you break that line.
Okay.
I'm going to come and go through the water to go to A.
Amount of time that you have to do each obstacle?
There is a time limit on how long that you can stay in an obstacle, but for the 3-star division, you really need to stay in the 40-second range to be in the top 5 positions.
Okay.
It also depends on how long the hazard is, how far they've set the gates apart, what they've measured it at.
Yeah.
It could be a longer obstacle than that. You could be in the 50-second range, but I think really for a good 3-star hazard, you really need to stay in that 40 to 50-second.
Wow. And how many obstacles are there in total in the course?
7.
7? And how much time do you have to clear all of them in total?
They give you a certain amount of time on the track.
Sure.
You just run as fast as you can in
Okay.
the obstacles, but outside the obstacles, when you're on the track, you have kilometer markers, and at each point, you have a minimum time that you should be there by. You have a target window that you would like to be in that window, and then you have a maximum time of where you should be for that K marker. So you want to really, I try to keep my horse within that target time, not the minimum time and not the allowed time, but the target time. You can make a mistake. If you make a mistake and you catch it, you can do a course correct, but it will cost you 20 penalty points.
Yeah.
You can lose your navigator, which costs you, I think, 5 points. If your navigator has to get down, if they have to put more than 1 foot down, that's also a penalty point. So lots of ways to get eliminated and to accumulate penalty points.
Well, we're going to watch you.
Thank you.
For sure. Good luck.
Thank
you.